Hi there, I decided to make a little bit of gameplay. So this is KerbalSpaceProgram, and this is my first mission, first Kerbaled mission, so first manned mission to the Duna. This is equivalent in real life for Mars. And as we can see, I didn't record it everything, so we're coming to the Duna, and let's see their re-entry. Here we can see that it's re-entry hitting. Let's keep going. And the atmosphere, it becomes thicker, we slowed down, and let's get rid of the heat shield. I started to wobble, and actually I wanted to turn around to get rid of the heat shield, and then I ignited the motors, and the heat shield just exploded my craft. The Kerbaleds inside weren't scared at all because they didn't know what's going on. Everything was spinning because I didn't disengage the retrograde mode. I was still spinning because the vehicle was trying to go to retrograde. As I pressed the stability control, it stopped spinning. And then I was just like, whatever, let's start again. I started to rebuild my rocket because it wasn't good enough, and as you can see, I'm adding the parachutes because I don't want to hit my heat shield again, because actually it took a lot of time to get to the Duna because I'm really not experienced at KerbalSpaceProgram. I just like the rockets. Yeah, now I'm adjusting things, just making some tanks bigger, because also I haven't have enough Delta V, and now I'm putting some SRBs, some little SRBs. These are called in the game Separatrons. I'm adding some Separatrons for the heat shield so it can separate clearly, and some support for a heat shield so it won't wobble. Now the rocket is almost ready, and we are ready to launch. And a little bit of wobble there, but it seems okay. Let's keep going. And just rocket flips because I can't fly well. And at the time now, it like just deploy everything and see what happens. And in the process of playing, I discovered that a heat shield won't separate from a main craft, so I have to fix that. So I added some decouplers behind the heat shield, so the heat shield can be deployed. And now making some adjustments in the staging. Since the last stage doesn't have any motors, I added second the parachute so it can land gently. And the rocket was wobbly, so I added some reaction wheels. And I started flying, and rocket was wobbly still. As you can see, it was like wobbly as crazy, and it was pretty funny, but it was another failure. I've added some struts to reinforce my rockets, and also I added some auto struts so it can be like invisible, but it was reinforcing my rocket. And I lift off, and it actually went pretty good. I didn't move rocket at all to don't disturb it, so it won't be dismantled. And here we are doing orbital injection. I went to the 100 kilometers, and then we are doing actual orbital injection. First stage is spent, then we made our second stage. Fairing deployment. I set Duna as the target and started to make our trajectory, which, as you will see, it would become the worst Duna travel ever. Now the second stage is spent. I fire my third stage, which was actually the lander model of the our crew capsule, and I'm modifying my orbit to make the Duna. But since it is my one of first Duna encounters, I have no idea how to do it properly, so I'm just experimenting and it doesn't go well. For next probably 5 minutes I will fight the controls and just try to get orbit right. So I did an injection burn, but it somehow didn't happen, and it was like my craft was missing a Duna like 100 kilometers or more. So I just thought like screw it, let's enable cheats and go for the Duna, just go there and don't care about the fuel. So I enabled infinite fuel, and here we have the longest burn ever, 9 minutes burn, or 10, I don't know actually. I recorded my second attempt, but I don't know what happened with it, it just vanished. But second attempt I just burned into atmosphere. So at the time now I just gave up. And unfortunately this is the end of the video.